Hello, Buff fans. Welcome to this week's Go Buff Sports Live Show. I'm your host, Hannah Howell.
And I'm Aiden Glockner, also your host.
What?
Hannah, beautiful spring that we have today. I really don't miss the 70-degree weather that we had literally 24 hours ago.
Honestly, Aiden, I'm sure the people going to Disco Line tonight agree with you. Nothing screams disco like a cold front and snow.
Well, what does scream disco, though? All you need to know about CU sports this week.
We're seeing green this Friday as one of CU's biggest donors made a record-breaking investment into the athletic department. Longtime donors Jeff Crawford and his wife Orsi committed $6 million to CU athletics over the next 3 years. Half of their gift will go to the newly named George Family Athletic Directors Fund, named for quasi-retired AD Rick George. The other half will be redirected to student athletes through the Crawford's Family Whole program, which started in 2021 to help CU manage the NIL era. Jeff is a real estate giant and CU grad who has long dedicated earnings to the university, but his cash influx on Friday was one of the largest in school history.
Marquee teams hate to see the Buffaloes in the transfer portal. Colorado added 4 players, including an all-freshman and a freshman of the year from mid-major programs. The first commit was former Tulane guard and the aforementioned ACC freshman of the year, Michaelin Marshall. J.R. Payne's squad then added the other 3 on Tuesday. The Buffs signed former Big 12 guards K-State's Ania Foy and Utah's Brooke Walker. The final commit was forward Kira Reynolds, who earned all freshman honors with UT Arlington.
Alongside those commits, Colorado's largest freshman contributor announced her return. Forward Logan Greer re-signed with the Buffs this week after earning all Big 12 freshman honors. While one Buff stays, another former Buff is moving on to greener pastures. Former forward Jade Masagallo signed a training camp invite with the Minnesota Lynx. She joins another former Buff in guard, Jalen Sherrod.
Is Ralphie a Buffalo or a Bison? Well, for the new commit to Colorado, it doesn't matter. The men's team announced that on Friday, Noah Feddersen, a junior from North Dakota State, is leaving the Bison for the Buffaloes. The commitment comes just days after Colorado hosted him on Saturday for an official team visit. Feddersen, entering his senior year, averaged 10 points in the 2026 postseason to help his Bison to a Summit Conference championship. He was also named 6th Man of the Year of the Summit Conference and is shooting a reliable 53% so far in his career. The Wisconsin native stands at 6'10", much taller than me, and is a much-needed pickup at the center position for Tad Boyle and company after some notable departures earlier this month. Another player in the portal, Kendall Sanders, formerly of Utah, will be visiting Colorado early next week.
As the school year comes to an end, Buffs have some football news to look forward to, as the theme nights for 2026 football season were released on Wednesday. The season will kick off in style at the home opener against Weber State, where the Buffs will pack the stands in white. From there, the energy builds with a stripe-out matchup against Texas Tech, followed by the Gold Rush celebration and family weekend game against Utah. Later in the season, the team will honor service members with a military appreciation theme during their game against Kansas State. And to wrap it all up, Senior Day against UCF will double as Fan Appreciation Day, giving the program a chance to give back to the fans who bring the spirit all season long.
Well, Colorado's good old spring game was last Saturday, and it was filled with more SCO Buffs members than returning players. Coach Prime and company took to Folsom for about an hour to showcase all the bits and pieces it added this offseason. However, a returner will be at the helm in quarterback Julian Lewis. Harrison Simeon had instant takeaways from the day, while Jake Chow and Mason Davis had more on CU's outlook for 2026.
Spring, a time to be renewed, and the Colorado Buffaloes feel just that way as the spring game, 4th under Coach Deion Sanders, is complete. A solid day of optimism, some creativity flashed by new offensive coordinator Brendan Marion, some leadership and some speed showed by wide receiver Daniel Scudero, and comfort from the future of the franchise, Julian Lewis, the quarterback. Had great plays today, had a little bit here and there where he could have done more, had some passes batted down, some overthrown balls, but overall, he looked pretty good in the system. Didn't show too much of that creativity of the go-go, but you saw the elements of it. You saw the staples, the 2 running backs on his hip, the quick passes, the throws in space, and some solid runs as well from Damian Henderson, but also the defense making some plays as the scrimmage wound down. Mojo Williams, New Orleans native, the freshman cornerback, ended the day with an interception, and that was basically it. It's the glorified practice. You don't want to take anything too hard away from it, but this Buffaloes team looks much more connected than this 3-9 team that we saw last year, and they look much more comfortable around each other. They look to have a lot more fun. They look competitive, and while it may not be a Big 12 title winning team, it's certainly going to be a team that takes steps forward in the right direction to build something for Coach Prime at Colorado. And for the last time at Folsom Field, it's a beautiful day. Got to soak it in. I'm Harrison Simeon for ScoBuff Sports.
Welcome into Buff Banner. My name is Jake Chow, joined here with Mason Davis. And we just watched the Buffaloes take Folsom Field in their spring game, Coach Prime's fourth one here in Boulder. And it looked like a pretty good one. Mason, what were your key takeaways from the spring game?
Yeah, I think my first and biggest takeaway, Jake, we saw it on the very first play of the game, the new offensive go-go system coming here to Boulder, along with new offensive coordinator Brendan Marion. That first play, that trick play downfield, and then more throughout that first series, we saw speedsters getting into space, short opportunities, but turning it down into more, pushing it down the field, and then eventually setting up that long touchdown, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, and it feels like a bit of an extension of that Pat Shurmur offense that frustrated Buff fans throughout the entire season last year, and we knew it wasn't really living up to its potential. And Brendan Marion coming in, kind of revamping it, and really building it to a skill set that complements the players that are wearing the black and gold this year, like Julian Lewis. We saw him connect with Danny Scudero, who is another guy who will be big for this offense, and that kind of brings me into the second point, and a point that feels great about this team is Deion Sanders hit the transfer portal hard this year. Little continuity from last year. What are a few guys that you're looking forward to who are new in black and gold?
Yeah, of course, Jake, in 2026, we're built through the transfer portal. So you touched on Danny Scudero. He's going to be awesome, but also someone like Damian Henderson in the backfield. We saw very good flashes from him in the spring game, navigating behind a new offensive line, navigating into space through defenders, creating big chunk plays. We're hoping to see more of that once the regular season comes around with a Deion Sanders football program in Colorado that really has never had that much of an established rushing game. I'd love to see more of that and have a nice balanced attack in addition to Marion's kind of outlet system. And then on the defense side of the ball, we have to mention Mr. Boo Carter coming over from the SEC school in Tennessee. We saw him flying around the field, making big plays, tackles, all over, disrupting that offense that Marion's putting out there. But it's good to see that balance and a real statement from the defense, someone new coming over.
Yeah, absolutely. And then a guy I mentioned, Danny Scudero, but led FCS in passing or in receiving yards last year. And so he'll be a big addition for this Deion Sanders program. And then also the continuity. A lot of guys from Sacramento State where Brendan Marion was the head coach, as you mentioned. So it'll be really interesting to see how all of these kind of different skill sets come together and if Coach Prime is built to lead. I know there are some questions. So what's your outlook? What should Buff fans take away from the spring game? And how are you feeling about this coming season?
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think it comes down to I'm feeling optimistic. I was a part of Deion's press conference, and he was talking some medical issues, different things he's felt from the program. But I think especially compared to last season where it didn't go well. We saw a 3-9 season, but I think there's real things Buff fans should be excited about because there's change within the program, not just with the players, but with the coaching staff and with that outlook that Deion's putting out in front of the press conference. Even here in the spring, not even far away from the season, there's still much more to build on. And I'm excited to see it because I think there's a lot of potential here. We saw it 2 years ago. They took a little of a gap, but I think we can respond, do better than 3-9, and put out a product that Buff fans will be more happy to see this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's many reasons to be optimistic on this Buff squad, but I'm a little worried about Deion. You know, he had some health issues. He said that there's no concern there for him, but I worry a little bit because Buff fans are souring. Some of the narrative that's being created is he being carried by Shedeur and Travis? And I think this is a make-or-break season for Deion. If Buff fans don't see a bowl game, we could see, with the new athletic director, a new football head coach as well. But I agree with you. There's a lot of reason to be optimistic. There's no reason to hit the panic button or even call for Deion's job yet. But
one more thing, Jake. I think I was seeing on the sideline, Deion was actually talking to a familiar Colorado face, Aqib Talib. His nephew is actually a part of the Colorado roster this season, talking about it in his press conference. Aqib talked to him. He said he's got a dog over there in his family. He wants to see him on the team. So we will see that next year. And I think that does bring up one more thought to me of 4 years now into this Deion Sanders experiment, you could say, in Colorado. And when he first came over here, it was the talk of the town. It was the talk of America when he first came over here, college game day and everything. So I think there's been a question of, is Colorado still in that national spotlight? And I'm hoping maybe even not success on the football field, but more lights, more attention to Colorado football would just be an awesome thing to see this fall.
Yeah, you could call it the return to the national spotlight. But this has been Buff Banner from Mason Davis. I'm Jake Chow. Back to you guys at the desk.
It's now time for this week's trivia question. After the football roster faced social media criticism regarding their size and muscle mass following the spring game, we did some math on the actual average size of the team. Our trivia question this week asks you, what is the average height and weight of the 2026 CU football roster? Stay tuned because we'll have the answer later in the show. It was another successful week for the lacrosse team, kicking it off with another win again at home against Cincinnati on Saturday. Senior attacker Maddie Shoup led the game with 5 goals, and junior attacker Rachel Kennedy scored her second consecutive hat trick to carry the Buffaloes 10-5. The Buffaloes remain undefeated at home in the late season and stand 3-1 in conference play.
The Buffaloes carried the momentum into a heated in-state rivalry game against number 18 Denver on Wednesday. Junior attacker Rachel Kennedy fueled CU with 5 goals, a new career high for her, and sophomore goalkeeper Elena O had 5 saves on the night. The DU men's hockey team was also in attendance with their shiny national championship trophy, but it wasn't enough to rally the Pios over the Buffs, who took a 9-6 win, as well as some bragging rights against another Colorado school.
The lacrosse team is escaping the spring snow and heading to sunny California this weekend, where they will play the UC Davis Aggies. This will be the 10th lacrosse match ever between UC Davis and Colorado, where Colorado currently holds an undefeated 9-0 record against them. First draw in Northern California is set for 1 p.m. on Sunday, and you can catch the game on the UC Davis YouTube channel, where there's strangely 4 people currently waiting for the event 2 days out.
Well, the Colorado Buffaloes women's soccer team hosted its annual Colorado Cup this past Saturday. Here is Max Friedel with the recap, direct from Prentup Field.
What's up, Buffs fans? My name is Max Friedel here at Prentup Field shortly after the Colorado women's soccer team beat Air Force 2-0 to claim their 5th straight Colorado Cup championship. The Buffs started off today with a 2-0 win over University of Colorado Springs, and moved on to a game against Colorado College where they won 1-0 off an Ava Priest penalty. The big story today was how the Buffs are going to do without the Leba twins. Obviously, Faith and Hope Leba are on their U.S. women's national team call-ups, so without them today, how are they going to do? They did just fine. After the game, I talked with Ava Priest and Danny Sanchez. Ava said it's a great feeling that CU refuses to lose the Colorado Cup, and now claiming their 5th straight. My name is Max Friedel, again, reporting for Scobo Sports.
Colorado's tennis season has come to an end. They lost to both Baylor and TCU this past senior weekend, where Anya Nelson, Rix Vanderwerf, and Aya El Sayed all played their last games for the Buffs. The losses solidify CU's spot near the bottom of the Big 12, eliminating them from contention for the Big 12 championship. With the team being ranked 75th, there's also no way for them to make it into the 64-team NCAA championship. The final record for the team was 10-13, going 2-11 in conference play. Our esteemed colleague Colby Wyatt is devastated and already counting down the days until next season.
In happier terms, though, the track and field team is traveling to California. The team will be spread out, attending 4 separate meets. The majority of the team is at the Brian Clay Invitational in Azusa, California, which includes sprints, long distance, and hammer throw. A few of our hurdlers and javelin throwers will be in Walnut at the Mount Sac Relay Meet. And the Long Beach and the Pacific Coast Invitationals will feature 7 athletes competing in various throwing events, the 400-meter and the 400-meter hurdles. There's less than a month for the team to hit their stride before the Big 12 championship meet.
Welcome to Folsom Feud. I'm your host, Colby, here with 3 contestants today, Lincoln, Balin, and Kieran. Lincoln, start us off.
I'll take game day etiquette for 200.
All right. This is the best way to show respect during the CU fight song.
What is standing, singing loud, and raising your hand in the hook 'em horn sign?
Not what we're looking for. Balin, you have an answer?
What is stand up, sing loud, and do the Ralphie horns?
Correct. Balin, the board is yours.
Give me...
Good evening. It's a beautiful evening here in Boulder, Colorado, and on the campus of the University of Colorado Boulder. We welcome you to Kittredge Field, home of Colorado Lacrosse, for tonight's matchup between the Colorado Buffaloes and the Colorado State Rams. It's the Rocky Mountain Showdown here in Boulder. Welcome into Scobo Sports, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. Kieran Walker, Talon Lewis coming to you this evening. And let me tell you, it feels good to be back on the mic. It's been a few weeks as I've had to step into the producer role recently. I'm still doing that tonight. But Talon, on tonight's matchup, it is a huge one indeed.
Oh, absolutely. It is the Rocky Mountain Showdown and it means more than it has for these Buffaloes in recent times than it has before. The trophy was held in Boulder for 11 years, but the Colorado State Rams last year in 2025 took it themselves. Mike Kuligowski's going it forward, taking it in himself. Ground ball, though.
Absolutely. So ground ball picked up by the Rams. It'll go the other way. Mike Kuligowski's been instrumental on these face-offs this season, and he just got one there, but an unfortunate ground ball will bring it back to the Rams, who come back into Colorado territory. That's sent up top now. Held on to by the midfielder, number 53 for Colorado State. They'll hang on out in front, trying to go down the alley up to that left side, looking to get into that crease, back out to the left side. Held on to by Nicole Rogers, who fires, and it's save made. Kyle Crump in net tonight for Colorado.
Kyle Crump standing tall there and gets a wonderful check, but a back check here. It's going to be going. Sam Shenna, who picked it up for CU.
CU will hang on. And out it comes. It's Monafo. Now on the near side, Hunter Frumming. He hangs on, going down the alley. Set back out. And ball is loose in front, ground ball. CSU fighting for it, but it's held on to. What an amazing job by Graydon Viergever Easton. And a huge collision in the Rams territory. No call so far as play keeps moving. Rams. Rams will hang on. That's sent downfield. And that's Jack Rigo for Colorado State. Sent back out toward midfield. It's Rogers. Rogers closing in, sensing pressure out to the left side, trying to go down the alley, but will retreat. Now back up top. Now coming in deep. There's the Rams looking to go down the alley. That centering pass can't connect. Back up top for number 91, sent across, back to Rogers. Rogers in trouble, will go down the alley, sent back to X. Back up top, too hot to handle. A ground ball will be recovered by the Rams. Sent to the near side, it's Daly. As Mason Daly closing in, facing pressure, and a ground ball will be recovered. 15 seconds on the shot clock. For the stoppage of play, and it'll be Buffalo's ball. Now charging down midfield. Watch out, Colorado's got wheels. Going downfield, another ground ball. But another turnover will come to the Rams. Shot time is reset. They'll cross midfield. It's been all Rams so far. Colorado with some opportunities, but some mishaps have caused some turnovers. Now on the near side, taken again by Rogers. Rogers hangs on, closing in, fires, score!
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there for the Buffaloes. Rodson just being allowed to walk in down Main Street. The goal's going to be waved off.
Looks like they will wave that one off. Not sure what the call is, but it'll be Buffalo's ball, and what a play. But Colorado fortunate to come away with no harm done. Going the other way is Braden Sheehan. Sheehan lost a ground ball.
Beautiful
turnover.
check.
Great check by the Rams indeed. Rams hang on at midfield. Sent into Colorado territory. Kovacic hangs on. And folks, it is a very busy evening here on the campus of CU Boulder. We've got this over at Scott Carpenter Park. We've got baseball playing the Wyoming Cowboys and disco lines on Farron Field, night 2. This was originally supposed to be the only night of that show, but ended up adding a Friday night show as the first one sold out, I believe, within 20 minutes. So it's campus is very busy this weekend. It was a Minute Students Day this morning as well. Back to the game now. The Rams will hang on, going back toward X. Ground ball recovered by Colorado.
That's Connor Nesbitt right there. Beautifully, Colorado sends the double, forces the turnover, and it's going to be going their way across midfield.
Another ground ball out by midfield. Couldn't hang on to it. Was Will Ott. Going the other way. Here come the Rams. They're closing in fast, but great defense by Colorado. On the front, score! A wide open net as Kyle Crump was caught on the other side. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rams lead by 1 with 10 minutes to go in quarter number 1.
Yeah, CSU does a very good job of recognizing that they have numbers there. And they push immediately and punish Colorado with some quick transition gameplay.
Definitely what the Rams want to see starting off. They want to keep that trophy in Fort Collins, if possible. Mike Kuligowski on the draw. Another turnover immediately. Right off the face-off, it's Danny Schneider closing it fast. Fires and it's saved by Kyle Crump and sent wide.
Yeah, an excellent save made there by Crump. Just able to keep his body on that near side post.
Now back up top, Rams will handle it. It's Mason Daly. Back up top, looking to go down the alley, facing pressure. Looking to get into the crease, sent back up top. Back to Daly. Daly will go down the alley, send it back to X. Now on the far side. Rams hang on. Crossfield pass. Fires. That one goes wide of the net. Crump was spared. Set back up top, it's Daly. Daly looking to go down to crease. Fires. This one will go high over the net. We'll get a stoppage with 8:57 remaining. Both these benches very vocal. 8 seconds on the shot clock here at Kitt Field. Rams trying to get another one on the board. That one's sent, and it goes nowhere. Time on the shot clock will expire, and Colorado ball.
Yeah, CU's defense, it's definitely their strong suit for this team. And they show why they're just able to milk that shot clock down.
Ellsville took a huge hit, and he is down. The play continues. We'll finally get a whistle and an injury timeout. That was a big hit Dylan Ellsville took. Training staff will come out to attend.
Eisvald, he gets off under his own power. It's going to be CU ball down on the far side. This is Connor Ashman.
It's prime position for Colorado so far here today. Ashman sends this one out. That's back behind for Cooper Penoyer. Now back at X. We're on to number 10. Fires and score! Colorado on the board. We're tied at 1, 8:05 to go.
Yeah, and that's why Xander Gardner is the points leader for this Buffalo's offense. He has 34 goals and 28 not 28, sorry, 20 assists this season. He is just able to command position at X and dance around that back of the cage.
Beautiful, beautiful play by Gardner. He's been absolutely instrumental this season, and he makes an impact where it matters most in the Rocky Mountain Showdown. Sent out to Mike Kuligowski. He's got wheels, charging downfield. Sent across, back to Gardner. Gardner looking for an opportunity. Will go down the alley. Fires wide of the net. He ripped that one from low. Clock resumes. It'll be Colorado ball. That's Cooper Penoyer. Sent back up. That's Nolan Rabb. Up top for Craig Nom. Near midfield. He'll close in. Going to go down the alley. Nope, he'll hang on. On the far side, it's Nom. Sensing pressure. Back up top for Cy Sherbert. Back to Rabb. Rabb closing in down the alley. He'll hang on. Back to XX Gardner. Gardner always lurking behind X. He'll hang on. Coming back out of the alley. Centering pass intended for Nom. Can't connect. Ground ball picked up by the Rams. Man, what an attempt by Colorado, but watch out. Going the other way. It's Johnny Alejo for the Rams. Now he'll hang on. Sent back up top to Kazusko. That's number 53 for the Rams, now on the far side. Closing in on the front. Fire, score! The Rams retake the lead after a rip out in front.
Yeah, CSU there. They find a soft spot in the defense. Colorado looking to play heavy, but the slide is just not there.
CSU crowd very pleased.
That was Lachlan Rogers with the goal.
Rogers has had some great opportunities so far today. So it'll be Colorado ball to start out. Mike Kuligowski hanging on, send it over to his brother Pete. Oh, Mike will stay on the field. Here's Pete Kuligowski on the far side. He'll hang on, waiting for support up top. Back up top, Connor Ashman. Hanging on, no, that's behind the net. It's Gardner, hangs on. Up top for Penoyer. Here's Ashman. Looking to go down center. Ashman closing in with speed, sent back to Penoyer. Back to X. Going back out up top. Here's Pete Kuligowski, looking to go down the alley. He'll send behind the net. That's Graydon Viergaver Easton. Had that incredible goal, number one play of the week 2 weeks ago now. Actually, I guess that was last week now. Fires, that one goes wide of the net. What a setup by Cooper Penoyer. Now ground ball will be taken by the Rams. Back out to the Rams goaltender. Some fresh legs come on for both sides. Pete Kuligowski heading off. Colorado switches to their defense.
That's Sam Carpenter on ball there, pressuring.
Rams will hang on. Up top. It's Daly. Daly closing it. Fire save made by Crump.
Hey, an impressive shot there from Daly, using his body to shield himself from the man behind. He can sneakily get that across his body easily.
Absolutely. Laughlin will send that one back in. Here's Penoyer. Penoyer feeling pressure. Now sent back to Rabb. Rabb to Penoyer. Back near midfield. Centering pass. Handled by Rab. Rab will send this back to Craig Nam. Nam goes back behind X, looking for a wraparound out in front. Fires! And a beautiful save by Colorado State off Graydon Biergaver Easton. A dangerous chance from out in front. And Biergaver Easton takes a hit. He wanted a call. He's not going to get one. Holy cow. On the other way, it's Rab. Rab sent up top for Cy Sherbert. Sherbert going deep, and a big collision out in front of the net. Flags fly. It'll be a penalty. Great Biergaver Easton makes it back to his feet. Holy cow, Talon. What a play that was from this Colorado team.
I was... Sorry, I wasn't looking at it. I was trying to get see if it was something with camera. I don't know.
Now it's Cooper Penoyer. He'll maintain possession. And Colorado on a man up. Looking to score. This one's sent back out. It's handled by Luke Mahoney. Mahoney, that one fires and a save made. Coming the other way.
CU gets that one back quick there. They still have time in this penalty, 22 seconds.
Absolutely. Craig Nam hanging on. Send it out to Gardner. Gardner looking to go down the alley. Whips it low and a save again.
Yeah, you still, if you're Colorado, that is not the shot you're looking for. You still have about 10 seconds left in that penalty. You can work that ball around and find a better opportunity than just low to low from 13 yards out. That's never going to go in a game like this.
Rams looking to respond. Set back up top. Closing in. Pressure from Craig Knob. That shot goes way high over the net. And we'll get a stoppage.
Yeah, CSU has really been punishing these Buffaloes on their ball movement right now. They're challenging this CU defense to respect the off-ball movement.
That one ripped and scored!
And just as I speak, number 53, CSU, he just beats his man cleanly. The score now 3-1, CSU getting on a bit of a run.
This is not where Colorado wants to be, I am sure. But holy cow, CSU on an incredible run, and the Buffs had some great opportunities, just not able to get there and rip it past. Only one making it past goaltender Charles Babaud. Now ground ball recovered by Colorado. Look out. Sam Sheena has wheels. Sheena hangs on. That's dropped back to Penoyer. He'll retreat back toward midfield. Pete Kuligowski. Approaching 90 seconds to go in quarter number one. Kuligowski hangs on. Now charging downfield, going down the alley. Ground ball recovered by Kuligowski. Kuligowski closing in, send it back behind the net. It's Gardner. Gardner centering pass, can't connect, diving for it. I can't tell who that was quite yet, folks. That was
Connor Ashman diving in. They're going to rule it a push, though, so it is going to stay CU. That gives them a fresh 60 on the clock as well.
Now up top for Penoyer. Penoyer retreating back, sent over to Ashman. Ashman looking back. He's got Case and Baller in the vicinity. Ashman feeling pressure, looking to take it himself. Centering pass and a wraparound attempt. Beautiful
Brings
save.
it off the pipe.
My goodness, that was incredible talent. Are you kidding me? Now Penoyer hanging on, looking to sink one in. Kuligowski going out to his left. That one's high over the net. Back to X for Gardner. Gardner looking for the wraparound. Feeling pressure. He'll hang on. Back too hot to handle for Virgaver-Easton. Virgaver-Easton hangs on. Looking for a wraparound. Fires that one off the post, and Virgaver-Easton goes down.
And there's going to be a flag down. Virgaver-Easton got swiped in the legs on that from someone's stick on the slide.
That was a big hit. He's slow to get up, but he'll make it to his feet, and looks like he will stick it out to the end of the quarter. 9.3 remaining on the game clock.
Oh, my Lord, Easton, though. That shot was almost incredible.
I mean, that.
I can't even wrap my head around how he was coming around with his body under that much pressure to whip it one-handed and strike the post with that much heat.
That was incredible. I've seen a lot of crazy things from this Colorado team this year, and that one's got to be, if not at one of the top ones, the top.
That's going to do it for this first quarter, though.
Excellent start for the Buffaloes and the Rams. I mean, Colorado obviously down by 2. This game is still young.
There is plenty of time left. Don't you worry. We are in for an absolute battle here in Boulder.
Second quarter coming your way next. Back at Kit Field for quarter number 2 between the Rams and the Buffs. It's the Rocky Mountain face-off here in Boulder, ladies and gentlemen. And play will resume to begin the second quarter.
Yep, and CU is man up for 45 seconds to start this quarter. Ball is going to start down in ESU's defensive half.
This one's held on to by Nam. Nam sent over to Penoyer, back to Nam, out to center. Nam takes a shot from deep, and it's saved by the stick.
Yeah, an easy save made there. Just
another check
and
coming
a
up.
Flag down on Xander Gardner.
Gardner with another check. And we'll get a stoppage here. Colorado fans not happy from Gardner's check on Caden Rain.
Yeah, it is an absolutely packed stands here. It is, well, aside from this one bleacher that people have decided not to use, standing room only here.
This is absolutely insane. By far the biggest crowd that we have had here at Kittredge Field.
At least of this season.
This season, yeah. It's up
I
here.
would wage better than last year's showings as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was here for last year's. I was calling it by myself, Talon.
no.
And, well, we had Nick there producing, but Nick's at baseball right now. That's why he's not here tonight. So I'm doing double duty, doing play-by-play and producing here this evening. And Talon, you're on color and running our camera.
The cameras,
so
yes.
We're a bit of a skeleton crew here as the school year starts to wind down, folks. But it's our absolute pleasure to have you watching this evening and to bring you this great broadcast for the Rocky Mountain Showdown. The Rams have it in Colorado's zone. Back to X, set back up top. They've got speed. Holy cow. No chance out in front. Centering pass from low into traffic. A ground ball recovered by Colorado. Out in front, score!
And one for the CSU Rams here. Flags flying. That penalty, I believe, is going to be going on Sam Carpenter of CU.
My goodness.
These flags aren't going to be waved off. That happened after the goal. It's going to be a man-down face-off for the Buffaloes. An absolute disaster on that clear there, sending it up straight into the stick of the Ram right on the crease.
Jack Ryan, a costly mistake.
Oh, no, the flag will be waved off. Pardon me.
Now Mike Kuligowski out to midfield for the faceoff. Dangerous opportunity for the Rams to continue to capitalize on that run, but a costly mistake for Jack Ryan. We'll resume. Here come the Rams. Coming the other way. They've got speed. Ground ball. Ryan chases it down, but a stoppage.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, the Rams. Fast break here.
Another fast break coming. On the far side, it's Gardner out in front. He'll take a shot and a beautiful save.
Just rings it off the pipe on a beautiful toe drag. Oh, my.
Charles Babad was spared on that one. Holy cow. And now we'll get a stoppage of play with 13:06 remaining.
Oh, that's a timeout from CSU.
They saw Colorado's dangerous chance. Despite leading by 3, they'll talk it over.
Yep. CSU has been doing a phenomenal job today of identifying mistakes on the off-ball game of CU. They are finding the open spots in the crease. They are moving the ball quickly and effectively, and it is working out. Them leading by 3 with the scoreline 4-1.
My goodness. So Colorado's still very much in this matchup, but they'll have a chance to talk it over.
Yeah, Colorado really needs to clean up their off-ball defense and maybe apply a little bit more pressure on the hands of these passers on the outside. If they can do that, it's a recipe for success.
Now Colorado will take back to the field as the timeout concludes. Sun beginning to set behind the Flatirons here in Boulder. The lights have come on, and we can still hear disco lines from here.
We'll be hearing that all night.
Yes, sir. Last night I could hear it from my apartment. I live about a mile from campus.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it was kind of crazy. You can even see the lights all the way.
Oh, yeah,
quite
you
the light
can.
show.
Wow.
CSU with another chance. It's held on to behind the net. Going back up the alley. Now on the far side. Centering pass. Colorado State with speed. Fire, score! Five to 1 Rams after a rip and some quick passing out in front.
Yep. The Rams always making that one more pass. It is looking like tic-tac-toe out here tonight. Their ball movement has been absolutely on point tonight.
This is just unbelievable. They've gone on a hot streak and they have not slowed down one bit.
And this is a rare sight. Mike Kuligowski beat cleanly.
That is extremely rare. Mike Kuligowski, one of the seniors here this evening.
And an absolutely instrumental part of this Buffaloes team.
Oh,
he has been dominating face-offs.
The Rams still in their offensive end. Handled on the far side. Now on the far side, it's still handled by the Rams. Back to X. And the net, that's Knockik. I think that one's sent high, and that goes over to the neighboring field. My goodness, what a shot from an awkward angle. That one out in front, looking to go from that corner, but it's sent wide. 24 seconds on the shot clock. It'll stay with the Rams and Jack Rigo. Rigo sent back up top. Top the Rams. That one back to X. Can't connect. Ground ball will stop play.
A rare errant pass out of these Rams is going to give it back to these Buffaloes. They're going to look to move quick as well.
Absolutely. Going the other way now. That's Jack Ryan. Now it's sent deep. Another stoppage.
And Tyler Burkasser, he's going to be forced to take a timeout here. And boy, these Buffaloes need it.
Yeah, they were gassed on that last series. So they'll meet and convene real quick.
Yeah, the Rams have just been exploiting off-ball any and all mistakes made by these Buffaloes. They are moving at a faster pace of play on offense and ringing it around over and over, making this defense tired and looking for the best shot possible.
Right as momentum shifted in their favor, give their guys some rest. The Rams will talk over defensive strategies, I'm sure.
Yep.
As Colorado will try and come back down by 4 with 11:21 remaining in quarter number 2.
Yeah, these Buffaloes, they're going to need to start getting online very quickly here. This game, while we've been saying there's plenty of time, this game can easily start to run away right now. The Buffaloes need a goal here.
Absolutely they do, and they'll get a chance in their offensive end. It's the first time in over 3 minutes. Getting the big dogs for Colorado out on the field. Now it's Craig Naum up top. Sent in deep for Cy Sherbert. Sherbert over to Penoyer. Penoyer hangs on. Now over to Rab. Rab closing in. That centering pass to Naum. Ground ball. Naum fighting for it. Rams trying to desperately clear their zone. It's still loose out by midfield and recovered by number 0 for Colorado State. That's Brigham Jocelyn.
And an errant pass is going to be sending it back to CU. This is Nolan Rabb with it now.
Here's Rab.
He's going to settle.
Centering pass over to Naum. Naum over to Sherbert. Back to Naum. To the corner for Rab. Rab closing in. Looking to go center. Sent over to Naum. Naum back behind for Gardner. Gardner will hang on, looking for a wraparound, but he'll send that one out. Can't connect with Sherbert. And Rab will grab it before it crosses midfield. Sherbert back to Rab. Rab over to Vierkapper Easton. Here's Sherbert going down the alley. Fires! This one goes wide.
Cy Sherbert with a nifty twisty there, just trying to get something on Cage. This CSU defense has been absolutely stifling so far.
Go defense! Defense! Rams fans in attendance tonight, very vocal, as are the two benches. Familiar sight for these Colorado Buffaloes. Bench has been very chirpy all year. This one's sent back up top. It's Rab. Rab will hang on, go for a spin around. He scores! Nolan Rab, ladies and gentlemen, with a rip, puts Colorado within 3.
Yep, quick feet up top, roll back, slide can't get there quick enough, and he buries it 5-hole down the center of the cage.
That's the second one. Charles Babau has led up for the Rams. That's what Nolan Rab needed to get back in this game. Now Mike Kuligowski. Back to midfield for faceoff. Kuligowski with speed. His stick is batted down, but Kuligowski desperately trying to recover ground ball. Racing down the other way are the Rams and Buffaloes, and the Rams will take it. Danny Schneider will hang on. And he'll send it back up top now for Dawson Sheets. It's an unfortunate event for Mike Kuligowski. Wasn't able to hang on as his stick was batted.
Yep. Just a beautiful trail check there. Ceases that fast break that Kuligowski is so well known for.
Now with wheels going the other way are the Rams. Back to X. And back up top of the zone. Sent over. Here's Daly. Daly, 18 versus 18. Daly facing pressure. This one's sent back to X. Wrapping around behind. Behind it's Panicki. Now Daly will rip that one. It goes wide.
Another one-handed shot attempt here. That one just wide.
This one's hit in, and they score!
Shot just trickling in. That's number 34. James Panakni.
Panicki?
Panicki? Yeah, Panicki. I think that's Panicki.
Okay. My goodness. What a rip that was. It was
just trickling
past
the right hip of Kyle Crump. He got a piece of it there, but not enough.
Rams have got to be pleased with their performance so far. 8:13 to go in quarter number 2. Coming the other way now. There are the Buffaloes. Connor Ashman will hang on. He'll settle down, sent back up top. Kason Baller seeing some action here this evening. Sent back to exits Gardner. Gardner looking to go around. Gardner with an awkward angle, and that one's sent wide.
Doing his best Lyle Thompson impersonation there with that backhanded shot.
30 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Here's Baller. Out of the far side, sent back up to Ashman. And Penoyer. Brown ball. Recovered by the Rams. Coming the other way. Charging downfield, that's Joe Dixon. Dixon's got wheels. On the near side. And sent back out up top. Number 91 for the Rams. The Rams will hang on. It's sent out deep. Rams electing to wear their orange and green here this evening. This one's set back up top. Closing it, going down the alley. Back to X. And on the near side of the net. Some tremendous pressure from Kristen Skirtis. This one sent wide, but it will stay Rams ball. Buff Nation starting to raise their voices as Colorado's defense is being pushed.
.20 on the shot clock.
James Panicki fires and scores! The Rams with another rip past Kyle Crump.
Yeah, and a quick stick finish on the crease there for Jack Rego. CSU, what I've noticed is they do not stop moving their feet off ball, and that is disrupting this Colorado defense immensely. That's how CSU is able to find these looks so cleanly. They do not stop moving. They are tiring out that Colorado defense.
Mike Kuligowski for another face-off. Another ground ball. Kuligowski trying to recover. The Rams are just about there. Ground ball stays down, but recovered by Danny Schneider. Schneider sends this one back deep. And CSU goaltender Charles Baboud will play this one back out. Watch out, they've got a fast break out in front.
Intercepted by Sam Carpenter there.
Excellent work by Carpenter. He'll send this one deep. Another turnover.
Straight into the stick of number 18, Mason Daly.
Yeah, Daly with dangerous chances. So today. There's another
can opener yard sale.
Oh, my goodness. Now another fast break coming for the Buffaloes. That's Carla Monafo. Now it's Coop Penoyer. Penoyer sent back up top. It's Craig Nom. And you can hear Farron Field jumping from a quarter mile away and through several different buildings. Got C4, Coble. That one fires.
And an athletic save made there, going near to the splits to make that one.
My goodness.
CU, they're gonna look to go quick here.
That one's fired from Penoyer. That rips wide of the net. My goodness. And Penoyer with an excellent setup there, just couldn't put it on target. Now a big trip up, another check. Crowd wanted a call. They're not going to get one. And the Rams coming the other way. With wheels is Brigham Jocelyn.
And he's going to be called out of bounds. Nolan Rabb with the push.
Now Rabb will hang on. Heading past midfield. He's got plenty of room. Go down the alley. He'll hang on. Relaxing up top. That's sent across to Nam.
Yeah, 3 minutes, 40 seconds here to go. CU desperately needs one.
Cannot be emphasized enough. That's Evan Mata seeing his first action tonight. Craig Nam hangs on. 3:30 to go. Top it's Rabb. Back to Penoyer. Back to exits Gardner. Gardner looking for the wraparound. Tried to rip it past. He lost it. So now it'll be Rams ball. Ground ball recovered by
Sam
Colorado. Carpenter again. Been instrumental. He'll send that one deep.
And
Elswold.
Been down past couple of minutes here.
This one's sent back out. I can hear some Darude sandstorm coming
That
from
is
here.
what is playing.
Yeah. the fact that you know when something's loud when you can make out a song from a quarter mile away with clarity. On the far side, it's Pete Kuligowski. Over to Penoyer. Penoyer rips it right into the stick. My goodness, what a stop once again by Baboud.
Yeah, Baboud has been standing on his head today. He has not let anything come easy for these Buffaloes.
2 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. Rams will hang on. Brandon Krause sent back up top. To number 44, Cullen Gorman. Now on the far side. Colorado fans chirping about Foco. This one's set back to X. Looking for a wraparound. Rams will hang on. That's Lachlan Rogers. Back to Krause. Krause trying to get out to center. He'll send it out. Fires and scored! My goodness, the Rams really starting to run away. 2-8.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was coming in here especially hopeful this time, especially given that performance that CU had versus Brigham Young.
My goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, a comeback attempt could be within Colorado's wheelhouse, but Mike Kuligowski taking this face off. Now another turnover immediately to the Rams. Another check.
Yep.
Will stop the clock.
It's going to be a timeout. They're going to look to milk out as much of this last minute of this first half and get a shot in those last 20 seconds.
That's what they'll be looking to do.
They want to make sure that CU has no opportunity to score. They want the final goal of this first half.
So 1:08 remaining here until halftime. The Buffs trail by 6, their largest deficit of the night. And the sun has set on Boulder.
Yeah, it has just been a rough showing for the Buffaloes so far here. The Rams, like I've been mentioning all night, have just been outstanding on their off-ball movement and how quickly they are spinning the ball around. They are looking for that one more pass every time. The shots they are taking are incredibly high quality, and they are almost certain to go in.
So in the final 68 seconds of the first half, it'll be Rams ball in the territory, ground ball in the Rams offensive end. Set back deep, it's Mason Daly. Here comes Daly. The other set back out. That one ripped and goes wide of the net. It was Lachlan Rogers. Now ripped out in front. That one bounced off the post, it looked like, from this angle. Now ball on the far side. CSU looking to make this a 7-point deficit for the Buffaloes. Rams step back up top. Here's Daly. Daly closing in. He's got it. That one fired high over the net. And the Rams not backing down despite all those shots going high over the net.
Yep, they are just putting them on right now.
And the Buffaloes bench has roared to life Final 10 seconds. That
roll
one's set
lead.
high. Smoked. Final 3 seconds. This one will be sent out, but that'll do it for the second quarter, and we'll go into halftime. The Buffs trail
by 6.
My goodness, Talon. I mean, this was all Rams that second quarter. Colorado had some chances, but just could not come back.
No. CSU has been utterly dominant so far here today in pretty much every facet of the game. They are winning in ground balls. They're moving quick in transition, finding the extra pass every chance they can get. This has been an incredible showing for them.
Absolutely. So we'll step aside here on Scobo Sports. Half number 2 coming your way next.
The must-have item to wear on game day to show your Buff pride. Kieran?
What is black and gold?
That's correct. Nothing says school spirit like those two colors. Choose the next one.
Let's do fan etiquette for 600.
Fan etiquette. The proper response when you hear someone yell, "Go Buffs."
What is Skull Buffs?
Skull Buffs is right. Looks like we've got some true Buffs fans here. But thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to our contestants, and see you next time.
Colorado Volleyball released its Big 12 schedule for 2026 after reaching the NCAA tournament last fall. Coach Jesse Mahoney, Buffaloes will kick off their conference slate at home against Utah on September 25th. They'll have a road-heavy October but finish the year largely in the CU Event Center, closing the season in Boulder against Iowa State.
As a final tune-up before summer break, the Buffaloes have a doubleheader in Fort Collins against Denver and their big rivals, Colorado State. CU swept DU, but struggled while battling for the Golden Spike last fall, taking 2 straight losses to CSU while winning just 1 set. It won't count in the history books, but there's never any shortage of intrigue in Rocky Mountain showdowns. First serve between the Buffs and the Pioneers is set for noon, then they play the Rams directly after.
The women's golf team has 1 more week to prepare for the Big 12 championship. The first round of the tournament begins on Thursday in Dallas, Texas. The second and third rounds will be played on Friday and Saturday, respectively. The Buffs head into the tournament ranked number 47 in the nation. A strong performance would see Colorado moving on to play in the NCAA Regional, starting on May 11th.
The men's golf squad finished 6th out of 9 teams at the Thunderbird Intercollegiate on Saturday. The team shot 8 strokes under par, with junior Brandon Knight leading the way. He finished 6th individually at the tournament, shooting a team-low 7 under. The New Mexico Lobos took home first place in Arizona, finishing 32 strokes under par. The Buffs will be back in action at the Big 12 Championship on April 27th.
Men's lacrosse finishes its regular season in the Rocky Mountain Showdown this weekend. The Buffs are 7-8 heading into this weekend's matchup against the Rams, who are 6-9. Both squads are coming off back-to-back losses against number 1 Utah Valley and number 2 BYU. The two rivals will face off at Kittredge Field on Saturday at 7 p.m. The game will be aired at the game's conclusion right here on Scobo Sports.
Well, the CU Buffs club baseball team lost their Rocky Mountain Showdown series 2-1 against the Colorado State Rams. Sophomore Richie Biberosh came up big in Game 3 with a walk-off home run to lift the Buffs to an 8-5 win. Before that, however, the Rams were able to secure 2 wins to open the series behind strong leadoff hitting from Ryan Lay and 5 strikeouts from pitcher Chase Ambuel. Colorado now looks to host Wyoming. The last time they played, CU swept the Cowboys, and now they're in for another 3-game rivalry series starting tomorrow at 3, right here on Scobo Sports.
Men's Division II hockey has a couple players in action this weekend in the Big Mountain Hockey Conference All-Star Game. The conference champions Buffs are sending 12 players to the game in Littleton on Saturday. Freshman phenom Brick Fisher will captain the Frosted Mugs team and is joined by Caleb Allen, Calvin Stone, Connor Smithberger, and David Lefkus. Team Locomotive will have CU captain Isaac Neffs, Gage Perry, Will Hadrick, Dominic Alexandrov, Corey DePonio, and Harrison Smith. The game is set at 4:45 tomorrow and will be streamed live on the BMHC YouTube channel.
Hey, Buff fans, I'm Kieran Walker bringing you this week's top 5 plays in Colorado sports. We're going to start off with some Lacs going down to Denver as they took on the Pioneers, number 18 versus number 15 in the country. And Rachel Kennedy right out in front, and she rips it past, ladies and gentlemen. Rachel Kennedy, the senior, having a career high that night, scoring 5 goals, ladies and gentlemen. Number 4, let's go down to the spring game. That's transfer quarterback Isaac Wilson from Utah. And Mojo Williams with an incredible interception, ladies and gentlemen, bringing the mojo on Black and Gold Day here in Boulder last Saturday. Let's go back down to Denver for our number 3 spot. Look out, here comes the senior Lily Assini. She's got it herself. Going past midfield, she has got wheels and she is wide open. Sends it over to Kennedy, back to Assini, and back to Kennedy. Rips it past, ladies and gentlemen, giving the Buffaloes the lead in that third quarter as they took on the number 18 team in the nation right here in Colorado. Let's go back to that spring game for number 2. It's Julian Juju Lewis out on the field, rifling it downfield towards the end zone. And Danny Scudero, the next star wide receiver for Colorado, the new weapon for Coach Prime and the Buffaloes, making an impact on Black and Gold Day. Now for number 1, let's go to the Rocky Mountain face-off in baseball. It's Finn Simone's up to the plate. He bats that one deep into left field, going way back towards the wall. And it's gone, ladies and gentlemen. I can't tell. Did that bounce off the cap of the left fielder? I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, but nonetheless a great play, a homer for Finn Simones in the Rocky Mountain face-off as the Rams came into Boulder. That's all I've got for you this week here on Scobuff Sports. I'm Kieran Walker, wishing you a wonderful weekend.
Here we see Xavier McNevitz working on his reader for the live show. If we didn't have these readers done by Thursday night, chances are we would not be airing this show right now. Be like Xavier. Get your readers done. And don't forget to click save so that you don't lose any of your hard-earned work.
Hi, I'm Colby here with this week's Rapid Fire. Now, if you missed last weekend's amazing baseball broadcast, you can at least watch this weekend's series. The club baseball team is hosting Wyoming starting tomorrow at 3 and then game 2 at 7 before they finish the series on Sunday once again at 7. And the volleyball team is in Fort Collins with a spring version of the Rocky Mountain Showdown. They begin tomorrow at 11 a.m. And speaking of the Rocky Mountain Showdown, the club Lacs team is hosting the Rams tomorrow at 7 on Kit Field. And finally, the track and field team is off to warmer weather, competing at 4 different meets throughout California: the Mount Sac Relays, the Long Beach Invitational, and the Pacific Coast Invitational. But the majority of the Buffs will be at the Brian Clay Invitational in Azusa. That is all for Rapid Fire. My name is Colby, and back to you at the desk.
It's now time for the answer to this week's trivia question. Earlier, we asked you what the average height and weight of the football team is. The answer is, drumroll please, 6'2" and 226 pounds, with its tallest player being 6'8", Leon Bell, and its heaviest player being Chauncey Gooden, who weighed in at 380 pounds. The combined height and weight compared to last year's average would have still been good for top 7 in the Big 12, far from the smallest.
Our tweet of the week comes from CU's football main account. Following ridicule over the team's alleged lack of size, new photos revealed Julian Lewis and more took it personal. And by personal, we mean steroids. Look how buff these Buffs are, finally putting the big in Big 12. Come week 1, Georgia Tech won't stand a chance.
Well, just like we're ending the semester here at CU, so too are we wrapping up these live shows at Scobuff Sports.
But next week, we have a very special episode, and that is our final show of the year, and most importantly, our senior send-off.
And personally, I'm excited to hear all the kind words about me from the rest of the club.
And I can't wait to cry while I'm recording my send-offs to you all.
Unfortunately, our time together today has come to an end.
But, as always,
you heard it here first.
back at Kittredge Field for half number 2 between the Colorado Buffaloes and the Colorado State Rams. It's the Rocky Mountain Showdown here on ScoBuff Sports. Thank you all for tuning in, everyone. I'm Kieran Walker alongside Talon Lewis, and we've got half number 2 ready to begin here in Boulder. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Kuligowski out to attempt the opening faceoff, and he gets it. No, another ground ball, but he recovers instantly. Now this one's sent back deep. This one's sent back going the other way. It's Colorado hanging on. They're starting off with a strong momentum that they needed. Cooper Penoyer will hang on. And man, Farron Field is bumping. You can still hear it. It just keeps getting louder and louder closer they get to their main set. That's Nolan Rabb on the far side, sent back to X. That's Gardner. Gardner back up top for Penoyer. Penoyer goes up the alley. Looking. This one's sent out in front. Fires. That one goes high over the net. A great chance for Graydon Viergaver Easton.
Yeah, just snagging that one. What a grab there, but he just can't get the finish. Xander Garner, though, he's looking to go.
So going back behind. Held on to. That's Craig Nom. Nom out in front. Fires and score! Colorado.
Viergaver Easton. What a goal. He's been looking for it all night. He's had an almost magic goal with the one-handed shot, and then he had that beautiful snag just a moment ago. Finally, he gets his one.
He's been looking for that all night, especially after that incredible, wide open net against BYU last week, the number 2 team in the nation. Of course, that incredible interception before scoring that goal. Now ball loose. Ground ball recovered by the Rams. No, it's picked up by Colorado going the other way. That's Sam Sheena. Sheena will hang on. Sensing pressure on the near side. Sending it deep. Penoyer can't grab it. Ground ball. He's in a battle for it, but it's recovered by the Rams, Johnny Alejo. But now Colorado recovers. Another chance out in front. Rabb lost it. Another ground ball. He lost his stick and now taken over by the Rams going the other way. Number 76 has got wheels. Fast break, but they'll hang on up top. Cheers again by Mason Daly. Buffaloes still trail by 5. 2 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Hold on to at the far side. That one's ripped and it goes wide of the net.
Hey, that's good offense. Keep it up.
Play resumes. Ground ball loose in front of the net inside the crease, but recovered. Looks like by Colorado, it's Jack Ryan. Another ground ball. Rams fighting for it, as is Sam Carpenter. On defense, the Rams come away with it. Carpenter was diving. Fire save made by Kyle Crump. Another trip up coming. Flags fly. It'll be a penalty on the Rams. Big chance for Colorado in the offensive end. It's Craig Nom. No, correction. That's Connor Ashman. out near midfield. Exactly 12 minutes remain. Colorado on the man up. Ashman sends it back up top for Gardner. Gardner will hang on up top, sent across to Nam. Nam sends it back over. Gardner out in front, back to X. There's Penoyer. Luke Mahoney out on the field. Nam has Penoyer who rips it. That one goes wide of the net. CSU's defense standing on their heels. Now restarting it, it's Luke Mahoney.
Looking for that ball trick.
Looking for that hit. Exactly. There's Penoyer. Back over to Nam. Nam going down the alley. Thought about it. Was Gardner. Thinking about it was, rather. Back up top for Nam. Nam. Crossfield pass. Back up top for Penoyer. Penoyer to Nam. Over to Gardner, who will rip it past, and no. That's Connor Ashman. But that goes wide of the net. Final 2 seconds on the man up for the Buffaloes. The Rams defense standing on business so far. This one's sent out to Nam. 3 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Nam has to take a shot, and he does, but it goes wide. And now it'll be Rams ball. Excellent work by the Rams. Able to save more harm from being done. Keep the 5-point deficit for Colorado alive. Buffalo's defense comes on. Rams, they've got wheels going down the alley. Sent back to X. Now back up top. That's Daly. Daly over to number 53. And a big check coming. Flags fly. That was a big, big check by Will Ott.
Yep, that's going to be called a contact to the head there. Yep.
My goodness. Yep, Ott not pleased with the call, but nonetheless, here we are. Another chance for the Rams to capitalize in their offensive end, as they have all night so far, Talon, but have not put one on the board yet in this second half. Looking for their first. Their first man up in quite some time. Colorado's play has been very, very clean so far, to say the least. And play resumes. This one's set back up top. Held on to by Daly. Daly again, looking to rip it, but he'll hang on from deep over to Rago. And if I fires and score, ladies and gentlemen, did that go in? My goodness.
CU getting there closest on the shot chase out. So that's Jack Ryan. He's streaking across midfield right now.
Jack Ryan's got speed. He'll hang on, sending it deep, diving for it, and a beautiful, beautiful catch. That's great in Viergaver Easton. Viergaver Easton.
Pounding the ball right now.
Now the Rams will hang on in their end. So we'll get a chance for Colorado. That's Nolan Rabb going behind the net, looking for the wraparound. Rabb hangs on, looking for a man. He's got one up top in Cooper Penoyer. Outside Sherman, that one sent wide of the net from Viergaver Easton. Out in front, a big check coming.
Gardner stains the corner.
My goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, I could barely make that one out, but Colorado is back within 4. Mike Kuligowski in for the face-off. Still battling for it. Latu charging downfield. Watch out. Raiden Sheehan's got wheels. Sheehan will go to the bench. Sent back up top. That's Pete Kuligowski, Mike's younger brother. Now it's Connor Ashman. Ashman closing in. Sent back to X. It's Xander Gardner. We're not in front. That one can't be received by Kuligowski. Big check coming. Great check by Ashman. Swatting it down. Another ground ball recovered. Put Kuligowski finally gets his stick on it. Spinorama at midfield. He'll hang on. But we're going to stoppage. Looked like they were trying to rule if Kuligowski was offsides, maybe? Buff Nation really not pleased with the call. It's held on to. Final 5 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Watch out. Big chance for Colorado. That'll do it. Connor Ashman couldn't get the shot off on time. And it will be Rams ball. We're getting very chirpy here underneath the broadcast booth. This one's sent back up top. Animal number 10 for the Rams, Brandon Krause, excuse me. Krause fires and scores! The Rams bring the lead back up to 5 after a rip from Brandon Krause.
Yeah, Kyle Crump severely misjudges this ball's trajectory. Well, I wouldn't say severely, but that one just squeaked by over the top of the stick. I bet you he wishes he could have that one back right now.
I wouldn't doubt that for sure. The Rams back on top. They'll resume Mike Kuligowski at midfield for the faceoff. He'll go down. And it will stay Rams ball. Hanging on is Colt Busta. Sent over to Krause. Krause sent back up top. That was Joe Dixon. Krause closing in. Now he'll send it back up top. For Rago. Now on the far side. That's Dixon. Back up top for Rago. Rago sent across the field, fires and scores! What a rip!
Missile into the top shelf there. CSU is really starting to run away with this one. Scored it for official back up to 6. 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this third period.
Hey, put on the gas, Rams. Let's go. Good for it, boys.
And the Rams fans in attendance today, very vocal after that last goal. Telling them to put on the gas and keep it going. Kuligowski at midfield. Another turnover coming. Rams will take it. Going the other way, it's Jack Kovacic. Kovacic hangs on. Kovacic. Sit back up top. Rams will hang on in deep. Now it's Cullen Gorman who was up top. Here's Gorman. Crossfield pass. Looking to go out to center. Center, that's Mason Daly. Takes a shot, and it's sent aside. And 4:30 to go. That one saved by Kyle Crump.
Backhanded shot there. That was pretty nifty. CU has numbers.
Absolutely going the other way. It's Cooper Penoyer. Buffs momentum.
Gardner can't handle the pass there, though.
Nolan Rabb flag will fly.
CSU had too many on. They've sent another one. It's going to be 2 flags down. There's going to be 2 men down.
That's not looking good, Colorado. Look at the shift, their momentum in their favor.
This is a free possession. And now Colorado has sent 1 too many on. Both teams getting very confused in the sub game here.
That's not what you want to see if you're either of these squads. Obviously lots of miscommunication.
CU kills a clean chance there for free play by going offsides themselves. That's going to kill that. So now there are 2 man up for 30 seconds. If CU can't do it now, when will they?
Absolutely.
They need a goal now.
Set up top, it's Biergever Easton. Sit back behind the net. Now Gardner looking to do it himself. He'll send it back to X. It's Cooper Penoyer. Inside. That one fires.
Finish inside from Greg Nom, assisted by Cooper Penoyer.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's just what Colorado needed. Some of these goals have been really hard to see at that end of the field, Talon. I must say,
They have been.
super quick. Just like that, this game is back within 5.
3 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the third period.
Mike Kuligowski back out to midfield. Taking it for the face-off. Cheers from his teammates as he's been facing off against Cole Busta. For the Rams, the ground ball taken by Mike Kuligowski. He'll send it back downfield.
Ball right there. He was getting swarmed.
Absolutely.
They're looking to double inside quickly.
And they score! Ladies and gentlemen, a beauty from graded Biergever Easton!
Second of the day, assisted by Xander Gardner. That was beautiful. It took him less than 25 seconds. And Biergever Easton, he silences the CSU crowd. He's asking to hear him.
My goodness. I will say the Buff fans that have settled right below the broadcast booth have gotten very vocal, especially towards the Rams fans here today. I actually don't know what Colorado State's fan base is referred to as. Obviously, we're Buff Nation, or the Charge is our student section. But play resumes, and hanging on to it up top is Jack Ryan. Fresh bodies come out for both sides. And just like that, the Rams are on full defense now. It's Rab. Rab looking to take it himself. That one's set way high over the net.
We're on MCLA TV. That's the league's website. Hopefully y'all can find it.
Now this one's sent back out. It's Rab. Rab looking to take it himself again. Closing in. He'll be forced back. Set back to X. It's Gardner. Gardner looking to close in. Diving on top. This is not a good sight. Xander Gardner, one of the instrumental players for this Colorado team, and the athletic training staff will rush out onto the field.
He's got himself to one knee.
Colorado really taking some hits this game, their last game of the regular season. What a better way to end it than with the Rocky Mountain face-off, but this is the nature of this rivalry as one of their best players went down. It's unfortunate to see, but he makes it back to his feet and he'll walk off under his own power. Looks like he'll jog.
Colorado elects to send Connor Ashman down to fill his place.
Ashman's been very instrumental on this Colorado offense as well this season and definitely here tonight. .208 remaining in quarter number 3. Buffs down by 4. Now CSU will go the other way. Now we're inside 2 to go. Ground ball loose near midfield. Rams fighting for it. They'll come away with it. Going back the other way. It's Johnny Alejo. Buff Nation very happy with the call. Charging down the other way. Coop Panoyer. They'll hang on. Up top as Braden Sheehan was rushing down. Now Kaysen Baller on the far side. Handled by Pete Kuligowski. Kuligowski looking to go down the alley. They'll wind this clock down as much as they can. Kuligowski setting pressure. Ground ball immediately recovered. Set back up top for Nam. Correction. Now it's sent in Kaysen Baller. Baller. Here's Mata. Looking to go down the alley. Nope. He'll retreat back. Looking to go back to center. Excellent work by this defense. 15 seconds to go on the shot clock. That shot goes wide from Baller. And 35 seconds remaining.
35 in the game, but 12 on the shot clock. CU having to move quick now.
Out here, looking to go for the wraparound. This one, here's Mata, rips it and scores!
Lights it up, top left, underhand center, assisted by Connor Ashman. Oh my!
Are you kidding me? That was an incredible rip. I got to put that on play of the week, Talon.
Oh, absolutely. Especially considering Connor Ashman immediately steps up, fills the space of your leading goal scorer. Xander Gardner, after he goes out with an injury. What a beautiful assist from him.
Now Buffs within 3. It's 7-10 CSU. Still a battle for it. Mike Kuligowski will take over on the fast break. Bouncing it over, but that goes high over the net, and play will stop. 13.3 now on the clock here at Kittredge Field. And Buffs fans have roared back to life as this one, Nom on the fast break, but he'll rip that one just wide.
5 seconds to go.
Final chance for the Buffaloes out in front for the Rams. They'll send it down. That one looked like it went over into the parking lot. Hope the vehicles out there are okay. But my goodness, what an end to that third quarter, Talon.
Yep, the Buffaloes starting to find some life here today. Cutting the differential down to 3.
This was just unbelievable. And we'll step aside just for a moment. Fourth quarter coming your way next. Back at Kitt Field for quarter number 4, ladies and gentlemen. And Colorado within 3 of the Colorado State Rams. Final 15 minutes of play. Mike Kuligowski at midfield. And Colorado will take the draw. It's Sam Sheena. Send it back out up top. It's Cooper Penoyer. Penoyer sent back over to Gardner. Gardner making it back on field after suffering that hit late in the third. Great to see him back. Looks like Rav out in front. Set back up top for Nom. Nom waiting for help. Nom will keep it himself, rolling out, going down the alley. Nom back to X. It's Gardner. Over top for Rab. Rab back up top. And closing in, it's Saj Sherbert. Looking for his first of the day. Sent over. Here's Rab. Rab closing in. Fires this one. It bounces high. A minute gone by. $20 seconds remaining on the shot clock for the Buffs. Hanging on to it is Gardner. Gardner will rip it. It goes wide, but picked up at X. Back there is Vugaver Easton. And back up top. Time winding down. This one. Rab takes a shot. That's saved. Another beautiful stop, and now the Rams will take over. Another check coming in. And they'll back down into their defensive zone. And now send it back out. Intercepted out in front. What a play. Reagan Colby closing in. Colby hangs on to it himself. He'll go back down. No, Colby will go to the bench. What an interception to keep the Buffs' hopes alive. Here's Nom. Hanging on. Nom back out to Penoyer. Penoyer rips one and saved again by goaltender Charles Bibon.
That's a rare sight to see. Cooper Penoyer go into his right hand. He is a big one. Oh my!
Another
Steals it in the air.
Another one for Colorado. Back-to-back interceptions at midfield. This time it is Craig Nom. And now it's Cooper Penoyer. He'll wait for help. Looks like Nam is going to go to the bench. Absolutely. Now closing in, here's Sash Sherbert. Sherbert looking for help. He'll send it over to Mata. Mata looking to go down the alley. He does. Back to exits Gardner. Back up top to Rab. Rab closing in. He'll go down the alley, but forced out. Rab closing in on the crease. Looking to take a shot, and he does, but it's saved again.
Another wonderful save. Raymond Boy, he gets down low. Another turnover at midfield. Senior recovers.
An absolute disaster for the Rams on this series. Elsvold near midfield, out neutral territory, and now Mata on the near side. Going down the alley, back to exits Gardner.
CU just relentless on the ride, and it is paying off here.
Gardner hangs on. I think the crowd can hear you from out there, Talon. My goodness, we are just getting very excited up here in the booth. What a shift of momentum in this game. Baller over to Mata. Mata hangs on. He'll go down the alley, going back toward X. Sent across. Another ground ball. Fighting for it is Mata. He comes away with it. A miraculous recovery. Back up top. Back out in front. Baller fires and scores, ladies and gentlemen, from Connor Ashman with another assist. Are you kidding me? Kaysen Baller. My goodness.
Senior on senior night gets his.
Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you want to see on senior night.
Absolutely. He brings it to within 2 for these Buffaloes. Call it a don't call it a comeback yet, but it's getting close.
Mike Kuligowski.
He wins it forward.
Wins it forward. He'll take it.
CU now can value.
And some fresh legs come on. Colorado's top offense. Up top, it's Rab. Back near midfield. He'll hang on for a second. Wait to get in the position. And now he'll make his move. Going down the far side. Looking to go down the alley. He's forced way outside.
For that invert, putting the shorty behind X. He draws a slide.
Now this one's sent back up top. It's Coop Panoyer. Panoyer. He'll hang on. Looking to go in. He'll fire this one, and it's saved. The shot differential is much different here to start off this fourth quarter. 9:46 remaining here at Kidd Field.
Yeah, CU's been peppering them on here in this fourth. Peppering them.
There fires and scores!
He's a magic man, folks. Braden Viergever Easton. Swim move into the top right corner. Oh, my.
This is just unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Braden Viergever Easton. And the crowd is on their feet, intruding a little bit on the playing area. But I mean, I can't say I blame them, folks. That was unreal.
Yeah, that is. What's it? Xander Gardner may be the points leader for these Buffaloes, but for my money, Braden Viergever Easton is the best player on this team. He is just able to make magic happen. Low time. Have Braden on the crease. Xander at X. Good things happen.
And this Buffalo's crowd very vocal here as their team continues to pressure the Rams in their defensive zone. Now it's Kaysen Baller. Baller hangs on the near side. 8:50 remaining here in quarter number 4. Baller sent back to Ashman. Back up top for Baller. On the far side, looking to go down the alley. It's Penoyer. Ground ball, racing for it, and recovered by Ashman. A beautiful scoop up out in front. Takes a shot, and we'll see what it's ruled. I believe it was a diving save. I am just in disbelief. Yep, the Rams getting a chance, trying to prevent a turnover. And a broken stick.
Rams successfully getting it over midfield for what feels like the first time in forever.
Absolutely. I believe it is the first time in this fourth quarter.
CSU leading by 1.
Yeah, the deficit has been cut to 1. It's quite the comeback attempt for Colorado. Now the Rams of Colorado State trying to put another goal on the board and give themselves a sizable lead. I guess you could call 2 goals a sizable lead, right? Now closing in the Rams. This one.
That made me nervous, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, Lachlan Rogers in a dangerous position.
Yeah. And those ones are kind of like a knuckleball, if you will. Not really expecting that.
This one fires, they score!
Just gets a step top side and beats his man with the jumper. Beautiful shot, and it's going to go back to the faceoff. Mike Kuligowski coming out for the Buffaloes.
Yeah, Kuligowski has been so instrumental for this Colorado squad. I've said it a million times. I'll keep saying it time and time again. This will probably be the last time I ever say that. So, gotta get them in while they count. Kuligowski wins the faceoff. And now, dropping back, it's Connor Nesbitt. And that shot sent wide of the net. Colorado State's defense needs to step this up. They want to prevent the comeback. And Craig Naum will look to lead it. Buff Nation has roared to life here underneath the broadcast booth, folks. Looking to get their team back into this with some motivation from the sidelines. Now this one turned over out in front in the crease. And now the Rams coming the other way with speed. And my goodness, they are not happy. That is an understatement. They are not pleased with that call. 6 minutes, 11 seconds. It looks like they'll call a timeout as a result.
Timeout, Tyler Bergasser. Yeah, what a game this has turned into today.
Absolutely, Talon. This is just unbelievable. I mean, by the end of that second quarter, we thought the Rams were going to run away with this, but it was all Colorado in that third quarter, especially to start off this fourth. And with 6 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in this game, Colorado is within 2.
Yeah, and when you have a guy like Mike Kuligowski sitting there on the faceoff, you're feeling pretty good in that position. You know at this point, it could be make it, take it. And the Buffaloes are surely going to want to fire some off quick here.
That's what they're going to need to do if they want to stay in this game. Craig Nom and company will get a chance in their offensive end. And play will resume. Up top, it's Nom, sent way deep. Going the other way. That's Jacob Scholl out in front. This one's sent back out up top. That's Beergever Easton. Beergever Easton closing it out in front.
A backhanded shot just gets a step on his matchup on that short stick, and he fires it backhanded. No slide. You cannot do that if you're Colorado State.
What a play by Beergever Easton to put the Buffaloes back within one. 5:49 remaining in this game.
One goal to go for the Buffaloes for tying it up, and Mike Kuligowski is setting up at the face.
Another ground ball, this time recovered by the Rams, and they've got wheels going the other way. And they'll drop back. Nope, they'll hang on. That's number 91 for the Rams. Crossfield pass picked up on the other side. Chance for the Rams to do what they did at the end of that second quarter in this game. In the Buffaloes' defensive end. Back up top, there's Daly. Daly sent back out in front. This one sent wide of the net. They tried to bounce that one from low. And Colorado, another ground ball. They're desperately fighting for it, but we'll get a stoppage with 4:53 remaining. And it'll stay Rams
It's
ball.
going to be CU fresh. 80 on the clock for them.
Looks like the Rams will hang on. Out in front, they score! A rip out in front.
Rogers beats Crump there right over his shoulder on the near side pipe. That is a hard save to make. A excellent place shot from Rogers. He brings the score differential to 2.
My goodness, ladies and gentlemen. An absolute rip from the Rams out in front. They're back up by 2. It's 10-12 CSU. 4:41 remain. And it looks like Rams energy shifting back into their favor. Going down the other way now is Jack Kovacic. Kovacic out in front, set back on the top.
Back in these Rams' hands. Here, they're going to look to milk as much time as they can.
Yeah, they do not want these Buffaloes to get back in this. 55 seconds remain on the shot clock. They will wind it down.
4 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the game.
Now the Rams hang on. That's Daly. Daly closing in. Going down the alley. Sent back to X. Back out up top. Thought about a crossfield pass. That was Rago. Rago will hang on. Back up top for Rogers. Rogers on the far side. Looks to go down the alley, but will drop back. Crowd wants them to go to X.
15 to go.
Fires and scores! Just like that, the largest lead of the quarter. Rams are up by 3 with 3:30 remaining in quarter number 4.
Yep, gets past his man, gets the step, and fires it 5-hole. That might be the dagger.
We'll see what happens. 3.5 to go. Can Colorado get back into this? They're now down by 3. They've given up 2 back-to-back. Kuligowski, another face-off win. Another ground ball will be picked up immediately by Sam Sheena. Sheena will go to the bench. And it will be Rams ball. Colorado crowd not happy.
No, disregard that. It is still CU's.
Still CU's, okay. Now CSU will once again have to rely on their defense as we approach the 3-minute mark. Here's Rab. Rab looking out in front. Nam lost the ball and scooped up by the Rams. What a play again by goaltender Biboud.
Under 3 to go.
Out in front, sensing pressure. Rams hang on. Tons of checking right along the sidelines. Ground ball out of bounds. It'll be Colorado ball. And these Rams fans are heated right underneath us. This is unbelievable. And a broken stick on the field as well.
Side Sherbert!
Sherbert takes a shot that goes wide. Are you kidding me?
How much are you guys paying these fucking officials?
Timeout called.
CU's looking to draw something up here. They need one quickly.
That's a good decision. 2:25 remain.
Hey, Ralph, make some calls. Hey, call it both ways. Home field advantage, 11.
2 minutes, 25 seconds to go. The Rams up by 3 here in Boulder.
I'm just in disbelief of what I'm seeing right now, Talon.
Yeah, it has been a phenomenal game here in Boulder.
Crowd from CSU saying it's been very one-sided these past couple minutes. You got a bunch of our student body pre-gaming disco lines underneath us, I'm pretty sure. The energy in this on these stands is astronomical.
Absolutely. It's the Rocky Mountain Showdown. What else would it be?
Absolutely. I will say, Talon, this has been, of the few games that I've called for lacrosse this year, this is by far my favorite.
Yeah, this one has been good. The BYU game has to go as mine.
Oh
though.
my God, that was incredible.
That was a battle.
That was unreal. I was producing that game, so I'm producing this one as well, but that was just unreal. The other way now. Nolan Rabb. Rabb over to Nam. Nam will hang on, sent back behind. It's Gardner. Gardner closing it, going up the alley. Big collisions, flags fly.
Flag on CSU.
This is what Colorado needs to get back into this, but we'll get a stoppage, and the crowd is beside themselves once again. Oh, yeah, now that the sun is down. First off, the moon behind us, Talon, looks absolutely incredible. It's barely a crescent. You can see the outline of the moon in the dark, but you can also see the lights from disco lines.
Oh,
It looks absolutely incredible. This is a surreal night here in Boulder. Now play resumes inside, 2 to go here in quarter number 4. Colorado on a man up. They trail by 3. Ashman sent back over. Back up top for Nam. Nam back over from Penoyer. Gardner back to Nam. There's Penoyer on the far side. Rips it, goes wide.
That one's just off the pipe.
My goodness, that was close. Now here's Nam. Nam out in front over to Gardner. Gardner tries to rip it. It goes in traffic. And CSU's goaltender was diving toward it, but they'll get the ball back with 1:22 to go.
CSU 80 seconds to go, or 82, and they have an 80-second shot clock. They are going to hold on here and get...
Dangerous situation for Daly. Daly will send it back. Back up top, closing in. That's number 53 for the Rams. He'll drop back for X. Another broken stick. Tons of broken sticks on the day, folks.
Seconds are trickling down. CU gets it back, though. They're going to go quick.
They're going to try to
They
go
have no
quick.
other option.
Absolutely. Here they go. They've got wheels
Their
going down
pass.
the other way. Carlo Munafo lost the puck, but the Rams will take it. Rams sent across. Back to the other side.
And that will do it.
Johnny Alejo, 30 seconds to go. They're going to wind this clock down as quickly as they can. Caden Ronnie out in front. He'll hang on to it, but not before dropping it back to James Panicki. Panicki will hang on back at X. 13 seconds remain on the game clock here at Kit Field. Tons of broken sticks out on the field. And the Buffaloes will send this one deep. A last chance Hail Mary attempt, but a ground ball, and that'll do it. Ladies and gentlemen, your final score from Kittredge Field, 13-10 in favor of the Colorado State Rams.
Yeah, that is a tough one.
Now the trophy will stay with the Rams as it did last year. They will hang on. And I'd be assuming that most of this crowd here is heading right to Farron Field to catch disco lines.
Yep, I would assume.
So, ladies and gentlemen, an absolute nail-biter of a game here, especially that fourth quarter. That was intense. Unbelievable, folks. That's going to do it here for us this evening. Alongside Talon Lewis, I'm Kieran Walger, your associate producer for ScoBuff Sports, saying you heard it here first, and so long from Kit Field.